to the Mind Basketball Podcast, also known as M.O.B. Podcast, NBA Playoff Edition. I'm Evan.
I'm Ja.
It's our basketball podcast. We recap, break down, and analyze players and teams from the previous games from the previous day in the playoffs. Looking back for a reason. I think anybody who watched the game, anybody kept up with basketball news, know that I had a right reason to look back.
Special Agent K. Hey, man, you said it before. When they got the Chris with a K, it's a dangerous thing.
Yep. And yeah, boy, did he show up. Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals happened last night. And what an eventful game it was. Well, so to speak, the Hawks came out gunning immediately. The Bucks got off to a slow start. Giannis got off to a slow start. That didn't last long. But the Hawks really controlled a lot of this game. Trae Young got to a hot start, and it was almost the complete opposite of what he was in Game 2.
Yeah.
On the way he was playing, I mean, he was just out there balling. I mean, they couldn't stop Trae Young. He was dangerous out there. He was dangerous. Shimmying every 2 seconds. You know, I don't know how many times they're gonna leave him wide open for 3. But yeah, majority of this game, this was the Hawks game. The Bucks did keep competitive. They did get into the lead a couple times, and they did have to battle back, which they did, due to the likes of someone like Giannis, also their defense. However, the Hawks, they were up, and on a weird play, a weird possession, Trae Young goes to cover and sprint, and he steps on one of the ref's ankle and rolls his ankle in the process. I don't know if that ref is a Bucks fan.
Ref?
I don't know if that ref is a Bucks fan, but maybe he got some money on the line. I don't know. Tim Donahue. But yeah, it's just a bad place, a bad time. Nothing on the ref. I mean, it was just he's always there. He's always on that spot. It's just that's just an unfortunate thing, and you can tell. Trae Young left for a minute, but he came back. But you can tell that, with the way the Hawks was running, with the way the Hawks was running their offense, the way that he was just standing there and not really active, didn't really go get the ball like he would usually do. I could tell. I was like, he's probably hurt and probably grimacing a little bit, but he just staying in the game.
Yeah. It's crazy because these ankle injuries, man, like it's weird, but they are serious. Like, you know, I've seen a personal experience. I have a lot of ball playing friends, and I've seen them. Like, okay, look, I'm not comparing them. I'm not comparing the NBA injury to them, but injuries are injury regardless in the physical context.
Who's your ball playing, man? Let's be like Mikal Bridges or somebody. You kind of fucking Steven Adams, Brandon Ingram,
Kwame Brown. Right,
listen. Now he coming for you next.
Mom was cooking, but these ankle injuries are crazy, man. Look at Kyrie got sidelined. I didn't think it was gonna be that crazy, right? But like these ankle injuries gets you. Kyrie got sidelined. Now you seen this with Trae Young.
That seemed worse. Well. Kyrie's injury seemed worse because he was on the ground, grimacing, clearly in pain, and he didn't come back into the game.
Yeah, that is true. But hey, look again. These ankle injuries look like they're no joke now. Like, well, obviously Kyrie's a prime example, but these ankle injuries are no joke. Like, you know, they could limit you. Any injury could limit you, but they could limit you from the way you can move on the court because you need it big time.
Yep. And that clearly limited Trae Young. However, the Hawks won that time period. in the beginning of that fourth quarter. They didn't have that lead. It was 95-81.
Yeah.
And Chris Middleton woke up.
Hey, again, Chris with a K is a dangerous thing. Don't mess with it. Special Agent K.
And Chris, even before this, he had a better game in this game compared to game 1 and game 2.
Yeah.
But man, he just got hot, and nobody on that Hawks team could stop him. It was just a masterclass performance of just skill and just go get a bucket, one-on-one type basketball that he was just doing. I mean, threes, just getting to his spots, getting to the paint, jump shots, mostly jump shots though, but mid-range and threes. Nobody on it was a problem. It was a problem.
Yeah, it's crazy because you want to know why? Just like what you said, majority of this game, it was the Hawks game. And as the fourth quarter approached, even though it was close and it could have went either way. You all right?
But, you got Ghost Rider back there? Like, what the hell?
Oh, yeah. Welcome to New York, you guys. You know, the shit that you hear at this time. But yeah, though, as I'm saying, the way that it was going, right? I like even though it was a close game and it could have went either way, which it obviously did go one team's way. I thought that this was the Hawks game to win. You know what I mean? I thought that this was their opportunity, even though it was a close game, because the way that you saw through the three quarters, they was flowing so well. Obviously, even though Trae Young was hurt, I still felt like they could pull out something, right? But Chris Middleton was like, nah, no, thank you. Like I'm Chris with a K. Do you really think I'm gonna make you win? And he just did some just like what you said, masterclass footwork, artwork in terms of creating his own shot, jump shot, right off, easy, bang, 1, bang, 2, bang, 3, bang. I saw Trae Young hit a shot. I'm thinking, oh, okay, this could give them momentum, and then next thing,
right back,
bang,
right back, Chris Middleton.
Stuck in the corner. Oh, it don't matter. Step back, little step back. Oh, foot on lot. It don't matter. Still, bang. I'm like, well, I don't know at this point. I don't know. He had to watch Kobe last night. He had to watch Kobe last night.
I mean, it was just unbelievable. Chris Middleton single-handedly outscored the Hawks in that fourth quarter, 20-17. Single-handedly, he took over the game. Took over, and that's why I get so upset when he has those inefficient nights.
Yeah,
because I mean, you can see he's just skilled. He is their best shot creator they have on their team. He's their second best player, obviously. He's their best in terms of shooting and all that scorer. I mean, when he has it going, yeah, it's bad for the other team. It's really bad.
Yep. Giannis hate coming because you want to know why? He could be Giannis 1-on-1. Giannis, all he does is run and jump and dunk.
Hey, James Harden. So, a little respect to Middleton. He's not beating me Giannis no more.
You don't know that, bro. You don't know that. He might. Let me tell you something. If Chris Middleton gets the ball first, he may end up winning. So game 1.
Well, we don't have to talk about that because they play on the same team. And while Middleton was having that run, the Hawks, they went cold offensively. Cold.
Yeah.
You mentioned Trae Young's shot. That was about the only really shot that they had. I mean, they had good looks as well. Open looks, and they just could not capitalize. It just wasn't falling.
Yeah.
So yeah, as much as the excuse for Trae Young's injury, obviously it did hinder a little bit of the Hawks. But even if you got to give the Bucks their credit, I mean, well, Middleton his credit. Also, the Bucks defense, Drew Holiday, his defense all night, it was great. It's proven why he's one of the best defenders we have in the league Also want to give a shout out to Bobby Portis as well. He didn't play much in the Brooklyn series, but he's been making a big impact each and every game of this series. He's stepping up, you know. So I want to give him credit as well. And yeah, like I said, even though Trae Young did go that injury and did hinder the Hawks offense, they had open looks despite that, and they missed. And Middleton was cooking them on the other side of the ball. So even if Trae Young was doing his thing, I mean, the Bucks, you just gotta give the Bucks their credit. They still just might have won this game.
Yeah, no question, man. Both teams fought hard. Both teams tried their best. It's just that
Middleton got
one
hot.
one player on one team got hot, and then it called game.
Yep. I mean, wow. Well,
yeah.
Middleton getting hot, and the Bucks resulted in a Game 3 victory in Atlanta, with the Bucks taking the series lead 2-1. All right. I don't think there is any news, so let's just get into the predictions for tonight's possibly last game in the Western Conference Finals. It is a win or go home, do or die situation for the Los Angeles Clippers as they go to Phoenix, Arizona. The Suns 1 win away from getting to the NBA Finals, up 3-1. They look to close out this series here. The Clippers look to stop them and hope to come back into the series. What do you have this 9:00 ESPN game?
Let me say this, boss. Let me say this. You remember how when we was doing the predictions, how before Chris Paul came back, we was like, they're so equally matched, we couldn't really choose.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Chris Paul is back now. It hasn't made much of a difference a little bit because it has been a close game. So it has been close games.
Yeah, it has.
But and I did make an iteration last episode saying that if the Clippers do play at the level defensively that they was last night, along with bringing it a little bit more offensively and getting more into a better flow like they was in the Utah series and the latter parts of the Dallas Mavericks series and stuff like that, like, you know, they could get it, like they could make this into a series. But despite all that, I feel like this is the Suns' moment of truth. A straight decade missing the playoffs, haven't been to the finals since when we weren't, obviously, yeah, like, you know, we was nowhere. Middle children were in thought, like, you know, and I'm happy to say this, but Chris Paul will be making it to the finals. I got the Suns.
Yep. I got the Suns as well. I think that was a big game for the Clippers.
Yeah.
And you say, keep that same defensive intensity and just bring some offense, and they will have a chance. But this is an 84-80 final score. That's not happening again. The Suns are not going to be shooting that poorly again. I don't think the Clippers are going to be shooting that poorly again. Plus, Clippers, I mean, that was really just they had so many opportunities to take the lead in that game 4. And it was just brick after brick after brick after brick after brick. And I think that hurt them. And like I said, it's going to be dangerous. They lose that game and have to go back to Phoenix and then win or go home with the Suns on their home floor, who've been playing flawlessly, in a chance to go to the NBA Finals. So, yeah, it's dangerous, very dangerous. And that's why I got the Suns bouncing them out and going to the NBA Finals for the first time since '93.
Yeah, man. Wow, pretty crazy. From not making the playoffs for a straight decade all the way to the NBA Finals. Well, potentially.
Potentially.
I mean, but
yeah. It will be insane. Man. It will be insane. Clippers, Kawhi, and they miss you. They need you. unfortunately, he's out again in Game 5, and that might be the last that we see of the Clippers this year. Might be. But we'll see. Possibility still up in the air.
Hey, man, look at just bring back Danny Manning, my guy. He has no problem with coming out of retirement. I'm telling you. All right, forget it. Not Danny Manning. Elton Brand.
I was going to say something, but I'm not going to do it.
I wouldn't tell y'all bring back Blake. Y'all left on bad terms with him.
I was going to say something about Elton Brand.
What you about to say? Just say it. Just say it.
Listen, man, he just got done killing one for a franchise. You want to kill another?
Hey, man.
There are more. You have to bring them back.
Hey, man, leave that man alone. He tried his best. It just didn't work out well.
Oh, yeah, he did. Just some jokes. But yeah, this might be the last time we see the Clippers this year. However, like I said, possibility still up in the air. It's 3-1. You've seen it happen before. You've seen it happen in the Western Conference Finals. So Who knows? It's the NBA. It's the playoffs. Anything can happen. But all right. Time to wrap things up, Ja. Final thoughts?
Man, if the Suns win this game, I'm just gonna be so happy for Chris Paul, man. So happy. Like, me and you, we both speak about him a lot. We speak about him highly. And for the fact that he's been this great legend who has never really, despite trying to will his team as a 6-foot guard, despite trying to will his team, has never been able to do it. And he's finally in a situation in which, like, well, we could go on about Chris Paul for days, but finally in a situation, like, in which it took being on a young team to get him there. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to really see. And I'm gonna, if he wins, well, win or lose this series, I'm gonna be happy for him regardless.
Yep. I'm not gonna be happy for him if he loses. I'm gonna be sad.
Well, yeah, but
but yeah, Chris Paul potentially. Not gonna talk about it because we'll see what happens. Don't want to completely count out the Clippers yet.
Yeah, it's definitely. I'm not counting out the Clippers.
Well, we are against them.
Yes, we chose them.
Not completely.
Yeah.
They still have a chance. It's still a possibility. Hell, maybe Terrence Mann dropped 49 this time. Who knows?
All right, yeah, okay.
That's not. Well, all I gotta say is before we go, PG, please don't settle. Please don't settle. Please. Get to the spot. Get to the hole. Finish. Work your way out. Only take 3-point shots when you're open. I hate seeing you take contested shots. 9 times out of 10, you miss.
Forget that. Please don't have a bad game because I don't want to see no pandemic P jokes again.
I'm far going with that. I see pandemic P jokes. I don't care. I've seen this playoff series, these playoff postseason, what he's been able to do, how he's been able to come back. So I'm done with that.
I need to ask a question. Is he a superstar now?
Open discussion for the off season. All right, that's all being said. Thank you guys for watching today's podcast. Make sure you tune into tomorrow's podcast. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, support channel, give us feedback, all that good stuff.
And also follow our IG and our TikTok down in the description below.
Yes, and of course, once again, I'm Evan.
I'm Ja.
This is Mind a Basketball Podcast.
Conference Finals Playoffs Edition.
Conference Finals Playoff Edition.